3rd April 1984 is a landmark day for Indo-Russian ties. 40 years ago, it was on this day that Indian Air Force pilot Rakesh Sharma became the first Indian to travel to space. He undertook the journey to space on a Soviet Intercosmos Mission. Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma scripted history by becoming the first Indian to reach outer space on board the Soviet rocket Soyuz T-11. During the historic space mission, when he was asked by then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi how India looked from space, he said, "Sare Jahan Se Acha," which translates to better than the whole world.
ऊपर से भारत कैसा दिखता है आपको?
जी मैं बगैर किसी झिझक के कह सकता हूँ कि सारे जहां से अच्छा।
Marking the historic day, photo exhibitions were held in the Indian capital and the southern city of Chennai. Rakesh Sharma himself inaugurated the exhibition virtually. Speaking on the continued cooperation between Moscow and New Delhi, Sharma mentioned about 4 Indian astronauts designate for the Gaganyaan mission who received training at the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center, where he himself had trained in Russia.
I was just 35 when I had the chance to fly into space after having trained at Star City. And 40 years have passed, and these 40 years I think have been extremely productive for our country and our relationship with the then Soviet Union and present Russia.
As the Russian house in Chennai exhibited the rarest photographs from the first Indian space flight, WION's senior correspondent Siddharth MP spoke to the Russian Consul General Oleg Avdiev on the space cooperation between India and Russia. Listen to this.
This event, which took place 40 years ago, was a milestone, and not just for India and for India's space exploration program, but also for the bilateral relations between our two countries. It was a very big achievement when the first Indian went into space on board the Soviet spaceship. And this event, at that time, I remember this event was very widely covered in Soviet Union and in India. And that event, which took place 40 years ago, is still reverberating. The space cooperation with Russia is, between Russia and India is going on, and it does not stop. So, and this is a fruitful cooperation. So the first example was, of course, the Mr. Rakesh's flight into space, and the most recent example is the rigorous training which the 4 Gaganauts underwent at the Russian Space Center.